So, wir sind gerade an Bord der, wie heißt die, Zeldy? Zeldy? So, dieses Raumschiff?
Die Resolute?
Nee, also der eine Teil, also der Kater ist doch an Bord von
Ah,
dem
ja.
anderen Schiff geblieben. Also auf jeden Fall auf dem Alienschiff und genau, die anderen sind zur Resolute zurückgekehrt. Jetzt nur die Frage, ja, wo der andere Teil der Crew quasi ankommt. Dead Reckoning. Oh, böse Blicke. Ja, was haben sie denn erwartet? Also ich meine, das kann halt passieren.
Halt wirklich irgendwie 7 Leben oder 1. Und
Ja,
das ist ja, sie ist ja nicht gestorben.
nee.
Kriegt euch mal wieder ein,
Through
ey.
your efforts, we were
Kriegt
able
sie so
to
einen
save
schönen
almost 100
Visor wie
ladies from
Jordi.
certain death. As for Lieutenant Bedrosian, well, Val will do her best, but the prognosis isn't very encouraging.
I feel horrible about the whole thing. I just hope she'll forgive me.
Our crew expects us to protect them. It's always hard on us when we can't.
Commander Rydek, I heard what you did. The sacrifice you made for our sake. You saved not only my life, but the lives of my crew. An incredibly heroic deed.
Ja,
All of
sie
Olivia
hat
is
das
in
ja
your
nicht,
debt.
also
I cannot thank you enough.
Just doing our duty, Admiral. I'm sure you understand. If you'll excuse us.
Of course.
ich gehe mal lieber zu der, die den Befehl gegeben hat, statt zu der, die
How are we getting
das
our way
Augenlicht
together?
verloren hat.
Ambassador Spock and the rest of the senior staff are waiting for us in the briefing room to discuss just that. I wanted a chance for you and I to speak first, given the circumstances. While protocol might suggest we alert Starfleet about our situation, missing crew, the data breach, possible threat from the Hatari or Khan, I think we're better off keeping this to ourselves, under our control. You know what's at stake for me here, and what is at stake for you, too. I can't afford another mission gone wrong, and I'm really counting on your support. I don't want to
Boah,
raise
what
the
the
false
fuck,
alarm
ey.
just yet. And I have every confidence we can wrap this up before it gets any worse than it already is.
Er ist aber schon sehr auf sich bedacht.
Ja,
ne?
also er ist kein guter Captain. ehrlich
Nee,
gesagt, muss man
überhaupt
mal
nicht.
sagen. Nee, nee, ich sag jetzt hier, it's not about you.
I'm sorry, Captain, but this isn't about you. The lives of everyone who wears a uniform are at stake.
I don't see it that way.
We're ready in the briefing room, Captain.
On our way. Is there any update on our efforts to trace the Zeldy's warp signature?
Unfortunately, no. Somehow they were able to mask the signature and block our ability to track their trajectory.
I'm also concerned about what went with them. A Taconian energy source.
Sidron referred to it as the Cartabula.
Yes, I've been analyzing your tricorder scans. This Cartabula is more powerful than any energy source on record. It disabled our ability to warp and likely created the ion storm.
We have to find that ship.
It could be anywhere by now.
Literally anywhere.
We should alert all stations to keep an eye out for that particular ship.
You're saying we should warn the entire galaxy?
I'm saying we do the math. Calculate their maximum speed against a given time interval. That gives us an expanding radius of where they might be at different periods of time. We alert the stations at each radius at regular intervals. It's casting a wide net, but it's at least worth a shot.
A sound approach.
The Takan also compromised our system.
Ich habe gerade gemerkt, dass ich die letzten 2 Folgen die Lautsprecher von meinem Monitor anhatte. Wahrscheinlich habt ihr die letzten beiden Folgen jetzt immer so ein bisschen den Sound doppelt gehört. Entschuldigung dafür. Das war ein bisschen dumm von meiner Seite aus. Ich habe es jetzt ausgemacht. Also mein Monitor hat Lautsprecher. Ich habe aber die Kopfhörer auf. Habe nicht gehört, dass die Lautsprecher an waren. Scheiße. Fuck. Naja, gut. Dann passiert, genau.
When Petty Officer Maris stole data from our computer core.
We're assessing what was lost as we speak. It's just too soon to say exactly what they had access to.
Starfleet needs to know about this.
We're not contacting Starfleet until we fully understand the situation. There are too many unknowns.
They stole our data. That's reason enough to warn Starfleet.
But the captain does have a point. It might be better to wait until we know more.
Was machen wir? Decision can wait?
Boah, schwierig. Also wenn ich mich nicht entscheiden kann, dann ja. Dann kann die Entscheidung erstmal warten.
Also in der normalen Serie reden sie ja überbringen sie ja relativ oft Reports zu Starfleet. Ich verstehe halt nicht so ganz, warum. Was ich jetzt an der Situation nicht ganz verstehe, ist, eigentlich müsste Spock da was sagen.
Ja.
So von wegen, ja, informiert halt Starfleet, was soll jetzt das Schlimme daran sein? Man kann ihnen ja sagen, hey, wir wissen noch nicht genau, was hier eigentlich los ist, aber irgendwas ist hier los, Leute. Nur mal so zur Info.
Verstehe ich auch nicht so richtig.
Ich informiere Starfleet, das ist doch...
We shouldn't take any chances. We should at least alert Starfleet that our system was compromised.
I agree with Commander Rydek. We should let Starfleet decide how they want to handle it.
And essentially tell them this mission was a failure before it's even over? No. That's not how we're gonna do it. Not on my ship. I want to speak with the Hatari and get to the bottom of this before we get Starfleet involved.
I expect we'll meet resistance. The Hotari think we violated our neutrality by entering their minds. Assuming the negotiations are off, we no longer have an official role here.
We still have a responsibility to the Hotari and the
The
Illydians.
Takan are a threat to both their civilizations.
No. They're a threat to us all. The device Commander Rydek
Da hat aber
found in
jemand
Tacoma Vault
schönes
is advanced
Timing, das
delivery
Dramatische.
mechanism for a complex biogenetic transformation process.
Meaning what, exactly?
Not only are they bioforming innocent hosts, transforming them into Takan, they're taking the DNA and engrammatic data of a specific Taconian and displacing that of its host. It's a hostile takeover on a cellular level, bringing individual Takan back to life, one by one.
And what happens to the host?
It's hard to say exactly. Some of their memories remain intact, but the implanted Taconian identity appears to have full control. In time, all that remains of the host may be lost entirely.
It's an invasion. One victim at a time.
Precisely. Petty Officer Maris called herself a scion of the Flame, but the computer had no information about it.
She also shot the hell out of my ship as she escaped and nearly killed a few of our crew. So we know this about those scions. They're dangerous.
The Takan have crossed a line. That much is certain. However, meeting with the Hotari could offer insight into their true intentions, under the pretense of an apology for betraying their trust and trespassing on their territory.
Given the options, this might be our best chance to find out more about what they have planned.
I couldn't agree more.
With the Cartabula gone, I can confirm we have regained warp capability and the use of our transporters.
Excellent. Commander Ermot, see if we can arrange a meeting on Hotari as soon as possible. As Ambassador Spock suggested, under the pretense of an apology.
Aye, Captain.
Nice work, everyone.
Da muss ich jetzt einfach
You're
drüber
long
nachdenken.
overdue for a Deridium infusion.
It looks like I am.
Ja.
Das wird schon wieder ein bisschen...
I'll
Make-up
give you
kosten.
just a
Raus.
moment, but she needs her rest.
I understand.
Commander Rydek? Is that you?
Ja, natürlich sind wir.
I thought
Mach
I
halt mal die
heard your
Augen
voice.
auf.
Nö, nö.
yes, I'm right here.
I'm right here.
Ja, wo bin ich denn?
Where?
Guck doch.
Before you say anything, I just want you to know I don't blame you for what happened. I heard that last transport made it through. That was our mission, to save lives. So, I'm glad it was a success.
Gut.
And Dr. Duval tells me she can get me my sight back.
Na, dann ist doch alles Paletti.
Stell
Eventually.
dich nicht so an.
I just hope this isn't the end of my career. Can't be much of a tactical officer if you can't see what's coming. But this is all I've ever wanted to do.
I have absolute confidence in Dr. Duval. If she says she can restore your vision, then I truly believe it's possible.
I hope you're right.
All right, you two. Lieutenant Bedrosian needs her rest, and you have an infusion waiting for you.
I will check in on you soon. I promise.
I'm gonna
Kannst du doch
hold you
bestimmt
to it.
nachwachsen lassen oder irgendwelche Implantate reinsetzen.
Wir sind ja nicht mehr im 21. Jahrhundert da, also. Get over it.
Aside from almost
Kriegst du so
running out of
Laseraugen.
Deridium, you're in good health.
Nice to get some positive news for a change.
You I don't worry about. The captain, however,
Go on.
you see it, don't you? He's desperate. Withholding intel from Starfleet just to save his reputation. That's not normal behavior for a captain.
Dankeschön.
I was relieved you called him out on it. You've spent enough time with him now, seen enough of how he runs the ship. If there's something wrong, as the ship's doctor, I need to know. Don't sugarcoat it. You know I wouldn't.
I don't question, I'm worried about him. He's perfectly fine. Was? Ich meine, I don't question the question. Sie hat ja den Captain schon gequestioned.
Ja, eben, also das
Und
wird schon mal
perfectly
raus.
fine ist er ja auch nicht. Also,
Ja, bleibt eigentlich
Aber-
noch eins übrig.
die Sache ist halt, ich mache mir nicht wirklich Sorgen um ihn. Ich weiß einfach, dass er ein arrogantes, selbstsüchtiges Arschloch ist.
Ja.
Also, ich mache mir nicht eher weniger Sorgen. Aber ich nehme jetzt mal das I'm not worried, oder? Also,
Ja, das ist das meiste, was noch am
I'm
be
worried
honest-
so.
kommt.
I'm worried about him. It seems like the stress of this mission is getting to him. He has so much riding on its success. And I am concerned he'll do something rash to ensure it.
Good to know we see eye to eye on this. And I want to be clear. I care about Solano. I really do. I've been his doctor for years. There are more important things at stake than offending an old friend. If it gets any worse, you know where to find me.
Die will in Wirklichkeit hier Captain werden.
Ja, Fisch, okay.
Jara,
Hast du immer jemanden, auf den du es noch
Monitor
abwälzen
your
kannst, weißt du?
Deridium levels. I'll be right back.
So, jetzt hier ein bisschen Alien-Romantik.
How's your wound?
Wieder machen sie
was
nicht mal ein
never there.
Pflaster rüber?
I feel lucky you were there with me. Without you, I'd be, well... Thank you for saving my life.
Die Sprachfeld sind
Even with
manchmal
the
so ein
wonders
bisschen
of your
abgehackt,
technology,
ne?
Ja, ein
it
bisschen
wouldn't have
fühlt
mattered
sich
if you
manchmal so
left
an,
me
ne?
for dead.
Ist übrigens auch geil, dass sie, ich meine, sie haben mir nicht mal was anderes zum Anziehen gegeben. Also wenn du so eine OP hast, wo du so eine Schusswunde, dann machen die doch die Klamotten weg. Ist doch nicht so, als würden die nur so eine kleine Stelle ausschneiden und so, dass es gerade so passt,
Doch.
wo die verletzte Stelle war. Und dann lassen sie sich danach wieder so mit rausgehen. So, what the fuck is going on here? Oh Mann. You risk too much. I should thank you.
I should be thanking you. You took that disruptor shot for me. Without you, I might be the one in sickbay, or worse.
Well, I couldn't just let you die. Not after all you did to help.
I won't forget it.
Ich habe das Gefühl, da geht noch was.
We
Irgendwie
see
Ja.
the
so.
truth
Wäre auch ganz
behind
passend
those
irgendwie.
minds. What Sidron and Galvin really are. Who they've become. The lengths they're willing to go to. What they did to that Lydian. It's hard to accept. That everything I
Kirk hat
thought
ja
I
auch
knew,
immer noch ganz,
so much was a lie. The horror of that underneath our feet the entire time.
Kirk hat ja auch immer ganz gerne mit den Alien-Gästen rumgemacht und Riker, so als Number One, war ja da auch nicht zurückhaltend. Würde ja eigentlich passen, wenn das quasi mal so ein bisschen die Aufgabe des jungen Führungsstabs auf den Raumschiffen ist, hier mit den Gästen rumzuschäkern.
Das steht so im Vertrag drin.
Ja, naja, so Relationships mit den Alien-Völkern, die Zukunft der Föderation.
It's always better to know. No matter how awful, the truth is better than living with a lie.
I am coming around to that thinking as well.
Commander Rydek, you're needed on the bridge at once.
What is it?
The Hotari have agreed to meet.
So, jetzt wird's interessant.
Ja, wo wir jetzt gelandet sind.
Ey, es sind ganz schön viele von diesen Kapitelüberschriften. Mich würde mal interessieren, wie viele da letztendlich sind.
Es gibt leider keine Kapitelauswahl. Also man kann ja keine Speicherstände erstellen und man kann auch nicht diese Kapitel einzeln anwählen. Das ist ein bisschen schade.
Can't just wait to be rescued. We have no idea when or if the Resolute is gonna catch up. But if we can get access to the Zeldy systems, we might be able to figure out what the Takan are up to. You got somewhere we could do that?
Jetzt ist halt, wenn wir jetzt noch wüssten, ob das quasi der Verräter ist oder nicht, aber ich kann es halt vom
For how uptight the Lydians are, their cargo bay is kind of a mess.
Aber dafür können wir noch potenziell überrascht werden.
We
Ne?
need to stick with
Das
the
stimmt.
tall guy.
Aber auch nur aus unserer eigenen Dummheit quasi.
Huh. The Lydian consoles still have mechanical keyboards as a backup. Looks airtight and climate controlled. Must be where they put the precious cargo. Up there? All right. Etzelar, let's do this.
The internal sensors.
The what?
When they scan the ship for life signs, they'll know right where we are.
There must be devices that perform the scan.
Right there. And there. There's several of them around the room.
Got it. We'll disable them.
How? They're too high to reach, even for me.
Not too high for our phasers.
Low power, Nelly. Let's not set off any fire alarms.
I got the ones over here.
Achso, aber doch mit dem Phaser. Ich hätte jetzt gedacht, dass man gar nicht Phaser benutzen darf.
Another down.
Hurry, Carter!
I am.
Das ist ganz nett. So,
Ja, hat man so ein bisschen was
nicht
zu tun,
notwendig, aber ja, wirklich so ein bisschen auch mal, dass es ein Spiel ist.
Here it comes. It worked. They won't be able to detect us.
That buys us some time.
Now that the Zeldy has its power again, I might be able to access some of the ship's systems from here. I'll take care not to give away our position.
The Takan might not even know we're still on board this ship. Miranda only saw us transport away. She probably thinks we're back on the Resolute.
Miranda.
Don't give up on her yet, Carter. She had you in her
Er hat
sights.
jetzt gerade die Musik
She
eingesetzt,
didn't
ne?
shoot. That means the real Miranda is still in there. The Takan don't have her. Not completely, at least.
The person who shot at us wasn't Miranda. Don't think for a second that she turned on us. Because I don't.
Neither do I. I know she played us, used our sympathies, your relationship to break out of sickbay. But maybe there's a way to turn her back and Miranda could help us stop the Takan. Here, on the ship. Just because the Trill joining is permanent doesn't mean the Takan bioforming has to be.
I've heard enough of your prattling on about your friend. You have to think like a soldier. She's our enemy now. She'll be dealt with like the rest of the Takan.
My friend Miranda is not responsible for what she's doing. The Takan have taken control of her mind. We certainly can't kill her for it.
Speak for yourself. If anyone threatens the Empire, they are the enemy. It's just one life, and it's already been lost.
You don't get to talk about Miranda.
You don't get to ignore the truth.
You better watch your tone, buddy. We risked a hell of a lot to come help you.
And our crewmates were injured, killed, in the process of rescuing yours.
I'll grant that you showed your grit and effectiveness. More than I can say about accessing ship systems. They've blocked out helm control, propulsion. They're closing down systems faster than I can check them. They're always changing these interfaces. I can hardly keep up.
Let us help.
Fine.
Interfaces nicht verstehen ist doch genau unser Ding. Das können wir noch
They're
viel besser als
using a
er.
senior officer's access code to lock down our systems from the bridge. The Takan must have turned someone in command.
Aber dann wird er das ja nicht sein.
Wäre zumindest sehr dämlich
I
dann.
can see the course they have plotted in.
Ah ja, so.
The Zeldy. That's where we are.
That's not exactly news.
Das ist so ein geiler Kommentar, so.
Away
Hallo,
from Hotari space.
I hope the
Helpful
Resolute is
comments
all right
only.
back there.
The Lydian fleet has explored a lot of systems, but it's all in the opposite direction of where we're going. We're headed to the edge of the galaxy.
Nothing but uninhabited systems along the way. And if we keep going, we'll leave charted space. A lot sooner than I like to think about, too.
That can't happen. We need to take control and turn this ship around. Get back to the front lines of the battle for Elydia.
We are on the front lines. They're going to do this all over the quadrant. The whole Federation is at risk.
That is a possibility, but it's already a reality for my people.
I'm sure it's pretty damn real for the people who are trapped in their own bodies controlled by the Takan. You can't just turn your back on them.
I'll take this ship without you if I have to. And I'll bring it back to Elydia, or I'll destroy it.
Think strategically. We stand a better chance by working together. You're right to be angry, but it doesn't do any good to turn it on us.
Fair enough.
The most important thing is that we get control of this ship, so that we don't end up so far away that the Resolute can't ever catch up to us.
And if we control the Zeldy, that also means they can't use that Cartabula thing.
I'm not sure we can do much more from here.
What's this? It's a data stream.
It looks to be a two-way communication.
Let me see if I could put it through a demultiplexing processor.
Can you get that clearer?
I'm trying. Okay. That should do it.
Hello? Can you read me?
Itasca, is that you?
Major!
It's my lieutenant. Where are you?
I'm here with some of the others. We're trapped in the ATP.
Our artillery targeting platform.
The bulkheads are sealed, and ruptured power conduits on the other side are discharging at high voltage. Major, we've seen Sidron and the other Hatari, and if we can get free, I think we'll be able to overpower them and take back the ship.
Itasca, are you still there? Itasca, are you still there?
Das Geile ist, dass das, was ich hier machen muss mit dem Stick, gar nichts mit dem zu tun hat, was seine Hände da machen. vom Ablauf her.
You shouldn't trust anyone else you meet. The Hatari have been transforming people on this ship. We've seen it happen.
Bioforming.
It's only a matter of time before any remaining crew are turned against us. You have to come and help us.
I gotta ask, are you sure that's really your comrade?
It's Itasca. You're going to have to trust me. I know Lieutenant Itasca well. That's her. Clear and not under duress beyond our current circumstances. I'm sure of it.
You better be right about this.
If I suspect something is amiss, I'll deal with Itasca myself.
Remind me not to get on your bad side.
We'll make it to you undetected and we'll free you from the ATP.
We'll be ready and waiting, sir.
I may not know the computers very well, but I know every inch of this ship. I can get us there, safely, through the back routes.
So, und jetzt hättest du wahrscheinlich entweder ballerst oder du schleichst halt.
Das kann sein, ja. Mhm. Das war jetzt auch ein ganz cooler Cut, so, dass man denkt,
Ja.
jetzt geht man in den Raum rein. Nee. So, die Frage, ob die Queen auch schon...
You may approach.
Your Majesty.
Ich bin ja nicht davon
Apologies
voll
in order.
überzeugt, ob die Queen tatsächlich
Spare
schon
us your apologies, your excuses,
übernommen
your
wurde.
pathetic explanations. You said you were here under the pretense of peace, yet you trespassed into our minds. I should have known you couldn't be trusted when you sided with the Illidians. Your intentions have been clear from the start.
I take full responsibility for my actions, which were entirely my own, not the Federation's.
How noble.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Her actions nearly caused a war.
I was addressing the Queen.
Galvin speaks for the Hotari now.
Fortunately,
Ja,
we
dann
were
ist sie
able to
wahrscheinlich doch
resolve this
auch.
ourselves despite your interference. The Illidians have agreed the mines will remain under Hotari control.
We now recognize the Hotari as the sole authority in this region. Your presence here is no longer necessary.
Ah, ich glaube, er der Rechte war,
So
das
you can
die
consider the
übernommen hat.
matter
Ja.
resolved.
They never wanted the Federation involved. This was all just a ploy from the start.
We never needed the Federation involved. But we're so thankful that you've come.
That being said, the sooner you leave, the better.
The hell we will. What about my crew trapped aboard that ship? Or what you did to my security team? The data you stole? I want to make one thing clear. No one is to leave Hotari space without Federation approval. No one.
You think you have that power, when in fact you have none. You came here under the presumption you would be the ultimate authority. That you would show up and render judgment in this petty dispute over precious resources between lesser people. But instead, your arrogance and self-interest was your undoing. Blinding you to the real power at work here. Something far beyond your feeble imagination.
Enough of this nonsense. You're not fooling anyone. We know you're Takan.
So.
Takan. A word I haven't heard in a very long time. At the height of our power, the Takan Empire spanned hundreds of thousands of light years and trillions of Taconians.
An empire that encompassed what is now considered Federation territory.
Die ist auf jeden Fall auch drin.
What's yours was once ours. So it feels only right that we reclaim what was lost. Everything you hold dear will be gone. The first of many painful losses to come.
That may play well with your bioformed friends. But your empty threats don't scare us.
Just a friendly word of caution. You'll know when I'm threatening you.
Okay, der Spruch
You
war
might be
gut.
surprised how many want to be part of the most advanced civilization the galaxy has ever seen. We will not stop until we've reclaimed what is rightfully ours. Imagine what a queen, a starship captain, or even a Federation ambassador could accomplish if their power was wielded by a truly superior entity. In the face of such impossible odds against an adversary so clearly more advanced in every way, the only logical choice is to submit.
Never.
No!
Lass mal Spock in Ruhe, ey.
Seize them.
Get us out of here. Now!
Ride it to Resolute. Beam us out.
Also dafür, dass sie so ein überlegenes Imperium sind und so eine überlegene Spezies, stellen die sich immer ein bisschen dämlich an.
Ja,
You've done something like this before?
Close quarters combat? Infiltrating an enemy stronghold?
Something like that.
I once spent 6 days crawling through sewers during the siege of Tofar Ket to retake the citadel there. That's just one of many campaigns I've served in. My dress uniform is well decorated. I can assure you of that.
I'm glad we're here with you. We need your kind of experience.
I should say you do. And I'll be glad to have Lieutenant Itasca with us. She fought shoulder to shoulder with me in that siege.
So you're pretty close, huh?
She's like a daughter to me. She's saved my life more than once. She's more
dann
than
ist sie
just a
bestimmt doch
comrade in
übernommen.
arms.
That must mean she's a good soldier.
The very best.
We saved your life. What does that make us?
We aren't out of danger yet. But once we have my comrades, proper soldiers, we'll be able to retake the bridge. Then, our fleets will catch up to us.
Also wenn er so viel Hintergrund kriegt, dann passiert entweder ihm was Schlimmes oder seiner
Meiner
Kollegin.
Tochter, ja. Also seiner quasi gefühlten Tochter.
Gefühlten Tochter, ja.
Is this the artillery platform?
This is the power distribution for the forward armament cluster.
Ui, sah auch schon mal besser aus.
There was combat here. Disruptor burns on the walls. Signs of a grenade detonation.
Is there another way in?
The only way is through there. We could go halfway around the ship and would end up coming into this same area from a different side. But we'd still have to cross that.
The distribution conduits have been knocked loose. The currents in those lines would be lethal. Is there any way to power those down?
Each circuit has a control panel that regulates power to the magnetobanks.
I can track connections between the power lines and the control panels. I should be able to clear a safe path to your crew.
We'll get the door open here.
Das ist übrigens, das ist so süß, wie sie jetzt quasi den Adventure und den Gameplay-Teil so vorbereiten.
Ja.
Da muss ich an diese eine Szene, hast du den Dungeons and Dragons Film jetzt gesehen gehabt? Den,
Nee, noch nicht.
Kinofilm? Achso. Also schauen dir an, das ist wirklich super cool. Also sehr, sehr witziger und gut gemachter Film. Da ist halt auch eine Szene so drin, wo so ein, als hätte ein Dungeon Master das geschrieben, die Aufgabe dann beschreibt, die jetzt als nächstes kommt, und so eine ganz kompliziert, und dann kann man da einen Schalter und hier und dann müssen wir hier und dann müssen wir das und das und das und das und das und so. Und quasi so eine, als würde er so eine Gameplay-Aufgabe vorbereiten für den nächsten Raum. Das ist so nett gemacht, also total cool. Und so klang seine Einleitung jetzt hier auch gerade so ein bisschen. Aber ich würde das mal als Gelegenheit nutzen, um hier eine kleine Pause zu machen und in der nächsten Folge dann einfach unseren Weg durch diesen Gameplay-Raum fortzusetzen. Also, bis denn. Tschüss.
Tschüss.